Welcome back to another Roblox video. In this video, I'm on Sharkbite, and I'm gonna give the top 5 boats in my opinion. Obviously, you don't have to agree with this. If you disagree, well, probably because I mainly want to kill the shark, and I don't like to run from it. So if there's a boat that's good at that, that you like, I probably don't. First, I'm gonna go with the destroyer. I was thinking about going with the Titanic, but then I decided destroyer's a bit like the Titanic, except it just has a cannon as well. Don't really like the cannon, but I mean it's better than no cannon. I'm not really considering pricing this, so if I felt the Titanic was better, I would have said that. The destroyer, it's good. These side cannons are terrible. They don't really do any damage at all. Yeah, there's not really a purpose to using them. You're better off just standing on the boat and using your hand weapon. It's faster than the Titanic, more maneuverable. One thing I don't quite like about it is it flips so easily. It's the easiest thing to flip. If someone crashes into you, it can kind of just cause you to flip so easily. I guess you could put quite a few people on the back there, and it's easier to shoot from than the Titanic. Quite a few people say it's their favourite boat. I don't find its cannon as good as the faster cannons that things like the stealth boat have. I mean, if you get a shot in it, it does way more damage per shot, but the fire rate's just not as good. But yeah, if it gets destroyed, it's a big load of rubble you can hide in, similar to if the Titanic got destroyed. Oh, I didn't realise it was a chest thing. I did a test shooting the shark that was AFK, and this does less damage per second, I believe, than the turrets that look like this on the stealth boat and stuff. It obviously does more damage than these. These are terrible. Yeah, it looks like we're just gonna win from running out of time. Okay, for number 4, the next boat, I'm gonna go for 2 kind of thing, because they're exactly the same in performance, but they just are different colours. The jet ski I find very good. So if we're on our jet ski, there we go. The jet ski is very fast. It is small, so it's harder to hit it and start destroying it. I mean, once it gets hit, you're gonna die, but it's quite easy to avoid the shark. I think it can outrun the normal shark. And also the main benefit is, once you've got a gun or something that's good, you can quite easily shoot while still being in your seat. So that's why I like using the jet ski, because it's a good thing to attack with. You can come kinda near the shark and come and kill it and stay on your boat, which you wouldn't be able to with something like that fisherman boat. So with a good gun, it can be almost as good as some of the better boats with turrets built in. Come on, get on my boat, you fool. Come on, get on. Don't get me killed. Let's choose our next boat, which is actually the first boat I bought. The military boat. This one I didn't have to buy, it was a challenge or something. So yeah, the military boat I find is a lot like the golden boat, or similar to using a jet ski. You can keep firing while you drive as well, which is the advantage of turret boats, or a boat you can shoot out of as you drive it. So that's a good thing about the military boat. It's quite well maneuverable. It's not the fastest, but it can, I believe, outrun the shark. If you get flipped, it will flip back over, so that's a good thing. It's a good boat to drive. The main disadvantage of it being probably the speed. Oh no. Ah. Come on, let me do some damage. Okay, let me just use my gun. That shark's interesting. It just sort of crashes into your boat and then waves all over the place for ages and then drives off. Die, you fool. No, that always happens. I always die with like a tiny bit left. That's annoying. Why did it go for me and not the bait? Guess it saw me shooting at it or something. For number 2, I'm putting the stealth boat, similar to the military boat. If you wanted a slightly cheaper option than the stealth boat, then you could always go for the military boat. They're both similar and good boats. The stealth boat has some advantages like being quicker. It also kinda is an advantage that it goes out the water, because that means if the shark comes and hits it, it's gonna only damage the bottom bits, and they'll have to hit it again to kill you probably, unless you've stopped for some reason. But the tip with this one is you do need to keep moving the whole time. You cannot stop. Obviously, another advantage of the stealth boat is you can use the stealth ability, which makes you transparent, which helps a lot with daylight and stuff. The shark can't see you as easily, but also I believe it takes away your boat's blue water symbols which draw it over and show the shark where you are. So that's a good advantage. Also, it can go underwater, so that's handy for special situations, like if you're gonna get hit and you're against a wall, you can go down or something like that. Also helps if the shark's AFK, or if you're doing a chest chase thing, whatever it's called, where you go and get the treasure. Oh, and also if it's infection, or there's a really powerful shark, something like Mosasaurus, you can go down and hide at the bottom. They'd have to search the whole floor, which is very hard to do. I show how to do that in my video purely about the stealth boat. If you want to know how to do that, go and look at that one. So the boat I'm going to put number 1, haven't tried out much, but it seems better than the stealth boat, is the golden speedboat. Now, obviously it's the hardest to obtain boat in the game, other than ones that cost Robux or are no longer available, since you have to buy every single other boat. So, yeah. Hard to get, definitely, but it's extremely fast. It's one of the fastest boats in the game, kind of tied with the Spectre and whatever that other one's called. It also has a turret, so that's really good, and it's a lot easier to maneuver than the stealth boat. Looks like oh no, we definitely don't have an AFK shark. I thought we had an AFK shark for a second. The turret is faster, but it doesn't do as much damage per shot, so it's, I believe, the same damage per second. So you don't really get an advantage from that. I think it's just to make it seem cool or something. Yeah, so it's got lots of seats, open top. You can shoot not as easily as with the stealth boat, because the windscreen blocks it a little bit, but easier than the military boat and the destroyer. But yeah, it's just so fast. You can outrun, I think, even a Mosasaurus without it using its boost. Once it uses its boost, there's nothing that outruns it, so you'll die at that point. I would say it's very good. You don't have to hide at the bottom. If it's infection mode, you can like drive around and avoid everything, which is good. It's a bit more enjoyable, I'd say, than hiding. Because if you wanted to, you could just take the submarine and hide every game. I recently put out a video on the golden boat alone, so if you want more detail on it, you can see that video. All the boats in this video, besides the jet ski, have a video that's separate, and also the jet ski is included in some of the cheapest boats that are really good, so there's a bit more footage there if you want it. Yeah, looks like we might actually kill it this time, and not mainly thanks to someone else. Looks like it'll mainly be me. Yeah, it doesn't fall over very easily, so that's a good advantage. It seems to be quite hard to flip this. It's not like the Spectre or the Destroyer. They're like really easy to flip. I'd say the main disadvantage of this over the stealth boat is you can't go to the bottom, and also obviously the price, but I'm not really considering that. when you can go to the bottom, you can hide, and it's a definite win, pretty much. It's very hard to find that as the shark. I might do a bottom 5, like, worst boats kind of thing, but also I'll probably do something on the jet ski, because I just realised that's like for one of the really good boats that I haven't shown. Also, one thing I will mention about the jet ski is there is the banana boat. If you look carefully at the speed on a normal jet ski is better. The only advantage of the banana boat is you get more seats, but to be honest, I don't find that very helpful. Handling and speed is worse on the banana boat. So go for a jet ski, it's just better. I think that's going to have to end today's video on an honourable mention. Good boat, but just not as good as the other ones. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified. Bye! Jump off! Hey, come eat me for lunch. Nom nom. Yes! Kill me! Oh, did I actually go inside it?